And now let's talk about my favorite contestants for the Mr. Supranational competition naman. My basis for choosing my top 10 final picks here is their performances during the preliminary competition and their introduction super chat or super chat interview videos that they've done. So here they are. On my 10th spot is Zihong Wei from Hong Kong. I am so glad that this guy is competing in another pageant again, and I hope he will place at least in the semifinals. With that baby face, or cute face, and chiseled body, I see why a lot of pageant fans, especially the Filipino fans, are into him. However, I wish he took a year off to really prepare for Mr. Supranational because I see so many cracks in his candidacy right now. For one, he still adopts that bodybuilding pose in that runway, which is a huge no-no for modeling shows. So I wish someone could have coached him for a better presentation. I know he is into gym fitness, but I hope someone teaches him that there is a distinction between bodybuilding and runway modeling poses. But for all the eye candy that he has served here in Mr. Supranational, I hope he at least makes it to top 10. I just hope he does, if ever he gets to top 10, I just hope he does away from all that bodybuilding poses. And now let's go to my 9th spot, and I'm giving it to Thomas Haring from Czech Republic. Oh, I'm definitely getting the hype on Czech Republic right now. One thing you will notice about him is his huge body build, and I am not sure if he is actually competing in the right contest, just basing from that alone. As this pageant system, alam nyo naman, has been more into guys with bodies good for the runway. So dapat kailangan lean, medyo payat, but ripped. With everything that he has accomplished in life with his master's degree and his subsequent work, you will wonder why he still has to make time in joining a pageant like Mr. Supranational. I get he really wants to use his platform or take advantage of Mr. Supranational's platform to broaden his network. So hopefully everything works out for him here later tonight, because honestly, I am seeing him in a different pageant, one that will really complement his body build more. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to Michael Mazi from Nigeria. What a hunk this guy is. I feel like Nigeria did not just send a well-chiseled hunk in this competition, but a king. I really like how he is just so full of swag and confidence about himself, whether on or off stage. And even though he just displays the elegance and sophistication with his presentation for both rounds, you can still never mistake his strong stage presence. But more than his physicality, I really like how he found his reason for joining pageantry. He works as a nurse by profession because of how prostate cancer deeply runs in his family. So it makes him so grounded. And now let's go to my 7th position. I'm giving it to, oh, I love this guy so much, Anthony Delgado from Puerto Rico. Gosh, that face is so brooding and sexy. It's like kind of seeing Hollywood actor Sebastian Stan compete in Mr. Supranational right now. Yup. That beard really looks so good on him, as it makes him ultra sexy on stage. And the way he looks at you in the camera is enough. Plus the wink are enough to give you massive palpitations in your seat. Damn, he really looks like a Ken doll who has a fun personality, as evidenced in his introduction video. Actually, watching this video is just scratching beneath his facade as he shows us to his tries to show us around his beautiful island nation, which I feel is such a big letdown as he failed to take advantage of this opportunity to showcase his fun personality. I wish he could have talked more about himself in terms of his goals, interests, and aspirations in life, because all he just said in the video are those usual pageant rhetoric lines. You know, if she'll be given a chance to win this contest, he'll do all these amazing things, which I feel are already so overused. So sayang, because he really has a killer profile, as he is a kinesiologist by profession. And now let's go to my 6th spot. Yeah, I really like this guy too. Shubhham Sharma from India. Oh, I'm so in love with this guy, and I can't believe nobody has been paying him attention in this competition, or at least not gathering enough traction among us pageant fans on social media. First of all, may I just say how his long hair really makes him a huge standout in the competition, making him feel like a warrior prince or a a mythological prince that I have watched from a Disney movie. And so the camera really loves him a lot, especially if you watch this introduction video, you'll be all the more be impressed at how he has used discipline in sports in achieving his dreams in life. I really hope he does well in the finals later. If not, if he doesn't win Supra, maybe he could embark on a Bollywood career because that face is everything. And now let's go to my top 5. And number 5 here on my list is, no surprise, Victor Batista from Venezuela. Oh, this Venezuelan hunk is such a Kendall too on stage. Like, he really looks too perfect for this competition, especially with that chiseled jawline. It just makes him oh so sexy all the more. And what I super love about him here in this competition is his sophistication and refinement in doing his catwalk. It makes him the ultimate true blue gentleman, which probably reflects how he is in person. And I really like him a lot, especially how he is an effective communicator, given he took up a degree in social communications back in college with the hopes of improving the lives of the youth in his country through his life experiences. So, you know, he's also a very well-rounded candidate, and Venezuela has been sending strong candidates in this pageant for quite some time now, and no doubt this guy will continue the winning streak of his country tonight. And now let's go to my 4th spot, and I'm giving it to Anthony Henrikus from Netherlands. Yeah, he's only in my 4th spot. Yeah, but oh, Anthony, it's so nice to see him in this pageant stage. You know, because he really deserves all the exposure he's been getting. We all know him from his previous international pageant where he eventually settled in the top 5, and now he's definitely sizing for that win for his country, who has been killing it as well in this contest. And one thing I like about Anthony is really his manliness. Like, lalaking lalaki talaga, or talagang bruskong-brusko with a piercing hunk, or with a piercing look and this arming smile, ready to make you feel good, because who wouldn't be smitten by his beautiful commercial face? It's like a Greek god that meets boy next door. So I really get his appeal. And I also like the suit that he wore during the formal wear round. His suit, kung napansin nyo, had some fancy design with that off-shoulder fabric on one side, but it still looks so manly on him because of how manly he was, with so much coolness and swagger on stage. But you know what? There is still one thing I am so afraid about him for tomorrow's big show, and I don't know if his communication skills has already improved, given English is not his first language and his performance in his previous international pageant. So I really hope he has an interpreter on standby to really aid him for his Q&A tonight. I know that he knows that this is his Achilles heel, which is why it's so refreshing to see him shoot his introduction video in a library full of books as he talked about his personal growth. I like how he tried to use this as a metaphor to really reflect his growth as a young 22-year-old guy in the competition. And if only this guy could be as confident in interviews as how he is in runway skills, then I wouldn't mind putting him on my 2nd position as he squares off with my eventual number 1. And now let's go to my top 3, and number 3 here on my list is another Latino, Mauricio Calvo from Mexico. I just love this guy's smile, which he displayed a lot during the swimwear round. It feels like he is so overwhelmed with all the attention that he has been getting and did not expect to be receiving such hype. And, you know, at the same time doesn't believe in the hype that he is generating in this competition right now. And I like that because that makes him so humble and grounded in the competition. Parang ang bait-bait niya and gentle in person. But more than his physicality, it's really his super chat video which really impressed me the most about him. Watching his video made me realize that he's so deep and analytical, especially when it comes to problem-solving skills. He opened his introduction video too with a deep quote and how he has found his purpose in life. So something tells me that he has a very high emotional quotient, which makes you feel he could really be a good friend to lean on with all the advice that you could get from him or he could share to you. And you all know naman how the organization really likes to champion hunks like him with great attitude. And Mauricio Calvo seems to fit the bill. And now we go to my runner-up of this list. And surprise, I'm making him advance so far in this competition because I really like him so, so much. He's Mustanir Afi from Indonesia. Damn, he is the strongest Asian delegate for me in Mr. Supranational this year. And I don't care if you all will disagree with me about my take on him. You know, Mustanir has really proven himself to be a well-rounded and competitive candidate in this year's contest. Granted, he is not the most handsome in this year's batch, but his rugged sex appeal is so strong that you will really take a second look on him. Maybe it's really his rugged looks or yung tinatawag ko na Indonesian kisig or brawn that he perfectly represents in this contest that really draws me to him because he is so suave, cool, and very charming. And I also like how he has been doing his poses in the runway, especially with the way he poses in the middle, yung ganito na hawak yung leg, tas biglang titingin sa camera with his sexy gaze. And I find it really sexy, along with all the stylish clothes and even that slutty little eyeglasses that he has worn in his introduction video, or whether on or off stage. So ang bango-bango at ang linis-linis niya talagang tignan. But more than his physicality, it's really his heart and passion which are making him a standout in this year's competition. So I watched his introduction video and I'm so amazed at how it was so well thought out, linking it to his profession as an engineer who specializes in urban planning. So he opened his video with footages of that devastation of tsunami that hit his hometown back in 2004, which prompted him to take up engineering. So that really justifies his tourism video eventually, at the same time while adopting an advocacy as well about plastic waste prevention for the environment. So wow, this guy is not just all about ailment and fitness. He really has the heart and soul to really serve his community. And I really like him a lot because of this. Hindi eme-eme talaga yung tourism or introduction video niya. It really has a purpose. So he really lives up to the inspirational tagline of Mr. Supranational. And with that, I really hope Sir Gerard or the judges later will finally buck the trend by finally crowning a Southeast Asian guy to win the title this year. I know he is not the Supraport prototype, but I wouldn't mind being pleasantly surprised later. That's how good this guy is. All bronze, but with a golden heart. And finally, let's go to my winner of this year's contest, and I'm giving it to, no surprise, Lavine Swan from France. France! Oh damn, I'm definitely joining the hype on this French guy right now. Out of all the candidates competing for the title of Mr. Supranational this year, he is the only one who I am seeing who has the Supra prototype. He really has the look because he really has the look, ripped body, and catwalk skills to really back up his candidacy. And watching him walk makes me feel like he is in his ultimate playground, the runway, as he is a professional model by profession who has graced all the biggest fashion runways in the world at the moment. And to be honest, I expected myself to over-sexify him in his swim performance given his physicality, but I finished watching his performance with a bigger smile. And I'm so blown away to see his humility reflected with his performance, because I really like how he came out while putting his right hand on his left chest or heart, which I liken to showing his gratitude for being part of this year's contest. And he did it twice. So he's very great. He's really grateful to be part of this year's contest. And not only that, he not only made eye contact to the camera, but also had a little fun interaction with the judges as well. And that's very important. Still having the presence of mind to connect with the judges for that extra brownie points. That's why I really super love him from that performance. Plus, shout out to his national director Uno Rodriguez for providing him with all the stylish suits and wardrobe for all his requirements here. Those Michael Cinco suits, especially that Matrix-inspired outfit that he wore during the Supermodel Challenge, definitely elevated his performance on stage. Yeah, he really prepared for this contest. He really left no stone unturned for this competition, as reflected by his national director, who's very hands-on. And I have nothing more to say except he is as delicious as the pastries that he bakes as a chef. Lavine is heading for his biggest redemption in his pageant career with his performance here after just being shortlisted in top 15 in his previous international pageant. So that also makes a poignant victory if he wins tonight. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my list? Does it match yours? Well, feel free to share your opinion down below and let me know who I missed putting in my top picks here. Alright guys, until my next video, bye!